Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and this is Dee. And hope y'all are well on this Thanksgiving week show. For those who might be joining us for the first time, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Willie Jolley, D. Taylor-Jolley. We're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. We're grateful. We've been married going on 38 years. Haven't had an argument in over 35 years. And we're not going to start now, even though she tells me what to do, how to move stuff around. What color is your hair tonight, dear?
It's stainless steel.
Stainless steel. Okay.
All right, let's get to the topic.
Let's get to the topic of the evening. How to create a harmonious holiday season, starting with this Thursday, which is Thanksgiving here in America. For people who are in Canada, we were in Canada one year for their Thanksgiving, which is in October. And we had a wonderful time with the folks in Canada. And then for those folks who are in other countries around the world, it's a pleasure to have you. We are celebrating here in America Thanksgiving this Thursday, and it's always the third Thursday of the month of November. And is it the fourth Thursday? Fourth Thursday. I think it's fourth Thursday. But whatever, we are celebrating Thanksgiving here in America, and we got a lot to be grateful for. We made it through COVID. Yeah, everybody on this has made it through COVID. You're still here. I'm still here, as my pastor would say. So we want you to know how important that is to be grateful. And when you're going through challenging, difficult times, that when you find gratitude, many people make the mistake of saying, if I get a car or get a new house or get a mink coat or get a diamond ring, I will be happy. And if I'm happy, then I'll be grateful. But we think that's not the key to long-term happiness, is you start with gratitude first. And it's through the gratitude that it leads to happiness that's sustainable. So every day I wake up with something I'm grateful for. So we were very grateful. Thank you, Yvonne. We thank you. We're going to have a great Thanksgiving. And our in-laws, our family's coming. Now, as we talked about how to create a harmonious holiday, sometimes you're in families where people got jokes. People got issues. And so we've had a number of people over the years whose relationships went down the tube because the in-laws treat them like outlaws, and it created problems. Well, I must say, neither of us had that issue ever in our marriage. We were blessed. Oh, God is so good. We were blessed with great in-laws, great family members on both sides of this marriage. I loved my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. They're going on to be with the Lord. But I now have my brother-in-law, her brother, who's a character. He's a character, but I love my brother-in-law. I do anything for him. He's one of the best people on the planet, and I love that guy. And his wife, she's sweet as she can be, and his children. They're my nephew and niece, and one of them was just living here with us for 3 weeks. He's wonderful. So he's a pastor, assistant pastor at a church in Columbia. I'll give him a shout out. Rivers Taylor is the worship pastor at Union Church in Columbia, in Maryland. And he's fantastic. But we are grateful for having a family. Now, on my side, I had my mother and my brother. And no issues.
Mom's so easygoing.
Easygoing, just whatever Dee wanted to do.
Okay, let's divide this into two pieces. I've already given it, so I'm going to do two things.
Okay.
So we're talking about surviving, in one instance, surviving the holidays of people having challenges with relatives. We did not have that.
Right.
But the other side is also how to create harmonious holidays in general.
Okay.
And I think that is something that, why don't we look at the positive side first?
Okay.
Because we actually have a history of being able to, we've done it. We actually know how to do that.
This is my other son who is on, we're on our show, but say hello to everybody, Della Toro.
Empowered greetings. You're watching Happily Married Mondays with the Jolly.
And this is Delatoro McNeil II. I usually cut everybody off when they call, but I have to give him love because the title of this book is Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And who came up with that title but Delatoro McNeil II? What's your website, Delatoro? They can go get your books.
It's delatoro.com, DELATORRO.com.
And if you
brand new book, Shifted to a Higher Gear, is shiftedtoahighergear.com.
Shifted to a higher gear. And if you watch the Today Show, he's been on 4 times this year on Motivational Money. 4 times. They love him, and because he's the best at what he does in the world. So I want to thank him for calling in. I'll call you back, and but I wanted you to give a shout out. Tell Nadia we said hello.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye. So, folks, okay, so how to have a creative, harmonious holidays. Okay, let's start.
All right.
What do you have when people have issues?
We're not going to deal with that.
Oh, we're not going to deal with that yet?
Holidays are for families. When you think about holidays, families, people getting together, people haven't seen each other in a long time, and just a little bit of planning. Think about what we have to do.
By the way, you look so cute.
We have people who, family members, and we have to do a little bit of planning, and sometimes a lot of planning to get it together so that our family members can enjoy being with us. Is that not right?
That's correct.
Okay, and so what does that look like? Creating some habits and some routines that make it easy for them to fit in to our environment.
But let's get to, that's all the easy, nice, tweezy. Let's go to the stuff that's messy.
Why?
What about the messy stuff? We want people to know what to do with it, because some of them are dealing with mess in their relationships. What do you do when the people got jokes? What do you do when because we've had a family member who had a relationship and the in-laws had jokes, insider jokes, what they call insiders, and made them feel like outsiders. What do you do then? And what do you do? Here's another issue that we found. What do you do when your spouse always wants to go to their family's home for the holidays? Don't want to go to your family's home. Or what do you?
Well, maybe your family isn't nice to them. Maybe the
whatever
other
the reason,
family isn't nice to them.
Well, whatever the reason, they always want to go. What do you do then? And what do you do?
Okay, so what are your answers? You're bringing up all problems.
Well, here's the answers. One, you must go back to what we've said in relationships. You must not attack each other in any of these issues. You must deal with the problem as a combined, united force. Don't attack each other, attack the problem.
So maybe they don't know. Maybe one doesn't know that there's a problem.
Okay, that's the next thing. What do we say is the biggest problem in marriages?
Communication.
And when you're not talking to each other, you're not sharing with each other that this is a problem. This is how I make me feel. This is how they make me feel. Remember, the key to our strategy in communication is 4 F's. Be friendly. Hey, I need to talk to you about something that's important. Be frank about your feelings. When we do this and they do that and they make jokes, makes me feel bad. Hurts my feelings. Be fair. Let me hear your side of the story. And be focused on a win-win. Y'all attack the problem, not each other. Maybe you'll say to her, him or her, look, when we go in, let's set the boundaries. Let's be straight up with people. So, last time we were here, y'all said some things that were hurtful. Or y'all told jokes that I wasn't included in, or my husband or my wife wasn't included in. And it made them feel like they weren't part of the family. This is part of the family now. We part of the family. Now, you know when you marry somebody, you marry their family. You know that. If you don't know it, let me let you in on that secret now. Hey, somebody finally, we got that it is working. All right. So Sharice Wealthy joined. Thank you. And wave to you. So what do you do when you have drama in your relationships? What do you do when your in-laws are drama filled? What do you do when they're toxic people?
Well, how do you know that?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay, number one. Okay,
remember that is temporary. This is a temporary experience. You don't have to stay there.
Wait. We're trying to give people helpful
information. I'm giving them help. I'm giving them help, Dee Dee. You want to talk about flip, oh, flipped off to the tulips. That's right. Sherry said, leave them alone. Well, after you had the dinner, and don't.
Sometimes you can't. Well, okay.
Okay.
You like, I'm saying, first, you should identify what irritates you.
Okay. Your family.
About that person. No, you can't say
cousin or Uncle
What
Billy
is
who
it?
drink and get drunk and tell dirty jokes.
So
now that you said that, identified that.
I've identified what irritates me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how can you avoid that? Now that you know what irritates you about that person,
What does that take?
Now,
Now
you can have a conversation with your mate. I don't want to go to their house. Well, why?
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna say when the conversation gonna start, because that's where once I identify, I know it now. I knew it 10 years ago, okay. But now I'm gonna tell my mate. Okay. Now what?
So you haven't told your mate before. So I'm saying, so now
you should have told your mate. You should have told your mate on your way home last year.
So you got communication power.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Stevens.
Now you got the courage up, and you say, okay, so this is what has irritated me forever, and now I got my courage up, and I'm telling you.
I got the courage.
So
I got the
now
courage.
you discuss with your spouse how you gonna handle.
Hold up, Sherry said my in-laws are Christian crooks.
Oh my! I don't know what.
All right, see, that's when we getting into the real talk. I told you we can't. And here's what we recommend: that there's a problem. Share with your spouse. I feel uncomfortable. I want to get some boundaries. Let's tell them what the boundaries are best we can. Now, you can't control somebody at their house, obviously.
No.
But you can say to your spouse, let's keep it within the boundaries.
But tactful. Like, I don't think I would tell my mate that the parents were Christian.
Oh, if I felt it, I would.
I think I would try to use some words that would be less offensive.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
I said less,
okay?
but you got to put out that there's.
But this
I got
is
an issue.
it is.
I got some issue here.
Here's the irritation. Here's the annoyance.
Right,
okay.
Right.
This is what bothers me.
Okay. Right.
But sometimes when you use certain words, it makes the situation
you gotta be
worse.
Tactful. Like you used to say to me, you had to roll around in your head how you gonna say something to me before you said it, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I get that. Okay. All right, I agree with that. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving, Carolyn. I'm glad you're here. So, and by the way, we don't want to just talk to the people who are here live, because there's so many people who watch on YouTube and watch after. We want to love on y'all too. Lots of love to the YouTube family. YouTubers, we love you too. And thank y'all. And we're asking everybody to share. We're trying to reach millions and millions. And it only happens when you share. When you share this show. Okay?
So let's go back to Sharice Wealthy. So we know that there's an issue, right, with in-laws.
Right.
So I would be gentle and kind to my mate, because I would not want to ruffle his feathers. So now that I know that there's a problem, I choose my description very carefully.
Right.
And say, this is how whatever they're saying or doing makes me feel.
Right.
Now, how do you think we can best handle this? And there's some suggestions.
What are your suggestions?
Okay. No, a variety of suggestions. Could you limit beginning time and the ending time? Oh, we're going to visit for the weekend. When does the weekend start and when does it end? Right?
Yes.
Like we're going on a Friday, we'll stay till a Sunday. What are some activities that we could do to give me some relief from being in their presence all the time, so I don't have to bite my tongue?
How about this?
Anybody else would suggest?
How about this when your in-law come to visit your house and your in-laws talk about your cooking? What do you do then?
I don't cook, so why is that an issue?
Well, what would you, not you, but I'm saying generic you. What would the person do when the in-laws always criticizing the cooking?
You see, I would take care of that because I wouldn't cook. I just simply order out.
Well,
hello.
Some people do cook, but
if your in-law or relative that you invited over always complains about you cooking, now somebody's mentally challenged here. If this person is always somebody is mentally challenged. Because if your relative is always complain about your food. It seems to me that would end that. I wouldn't be cooking anymore.
There would be no more cooking.
There'd be DoorDash. Like your mama didn't cook.
She didn't cook.
She knew that doesn't work for me. And she would say, okay, baby, we going out to eat. I'm
That's
out.
what she would say.
I have no problem
That's
with
exactly
that.
what she would say. We're going out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good.
No
Okay.
problem.
But you got to also kill them with kindness. I love that
Mm-hmm.
suggestion. Manage your own expectations. So it's set, so you don't get disappointed. And then
You hear what I said? I said, manage your own expectations. And I said, set your standards very low. Okay. That's what I said. So I'm gonna control me.
Yeah.
When I wrote that, I was thinking about an uncle that I had who got on my lap. Here I am, a teenager. You're not gonna talk back to your relative, to a senior. And I had to learn, okay, I know that when we go to their home for Sunday dinner, and he was a deacon, and they invite all of the pastor and everybody. And I figured out, even as a teenager, the little digs and things that he would say, unkind. And
He'd be throwing shade.
Yeah, and I'd be just pleasant. He had limited education, had worked himself up, but I felt that he resented us because we were, have more education than he. But I was pleasant and charming, but I had to learn that because I was hot on the inside. I was hot on the inside.
Oh, Lord.
So that's what I'm saying. I say, okay, we're going to go, we're going to eat. The pastor and the deacon, they all eat first.
I like another thing you said. Don't expect them to change.
Mm-mm.
You must change
So
your
if
attitude.
you have to go,
Yeah.
and
That's a good one.
As a young person, even in college, and now it's like, we got to go to so and so. Respectful to my mom and dad and everything. Then I had to adjust myself. I could do that.
You could do that?
Yeah, have a conversation with myself. Why are you laughing? It's true.
You're funny.
You got to have a conversation with yourself. All right. You know what you're going into. You know they're crazy. Do I have to be crazy with them? No. All right. So this is what. Interesting thought there.
Right.
And I learned words and phrases to not carry on the conversation.
Such as?
Oh.
That was the conversation.
As opposed to when you want to continue the conversation with asking a question of the last thing that they said. That's how you keep them talking.
You keep them talking.
But when you don't want to keep them talking, you don't want to have anything else to say, I see.
What happens if they talk politics and y'all are
different ends of the spectrum?
Yeah. What happens then?
Interesting.
I have been in situations like that where I don't get hooked.
Mm-hmm.
That sometimes they're hooked. She said, "Wifey is classy, still knows not how to be bothered." That's right. You're right. She's classy. You don't let them bother. But we haven't had to deal with this since we've been married. I never met that uncle. He was dead by the time I got around. But I know you were telling me about him and how he would just irk you. But what we have found is that we've talked to so many couples who have struggles with this issue, with in-laws who make them feel like outlaws, and some of the outlaws who are real outlaws, like what you said.
But what happens when your spouse is not supportive of the fact that you're struggling? What do you do?
Now that's a time when you have to have critical conversation. And you got to have these critical conversations and how it makes you feel. No one could ever question your feelings. This is how it makes me feel. This hurts my feelings. And it's critically important that y'all have these conversations so you don't hold it down and it festers. Conversations and issues that are not dealt with fester. They don't go away. They fester, and they become,
explode.
Yeah, they do. All right. So what else you got?
Did you mention this one? Remember you chose this family. So when you really get upset, you have to think now.
Well, you chose the mate. You say chose the family. When
you choose the mate, you get the whole kit and caboodle. Now, oftentimes people are like, I'm getting married. I don't want to deal with so and so. I'm not gonna. When I get mad, I'm gonna pull them away.
I think about it. My childhood. I told you, my father didn't seem to get along with my mother and my grandmother. And what did we do for Thanksgiving? We went to Philly for Thanksgiving every year.
And he did not go.
He did not go. He did not go.
So evidently, your mom and dad worked it out.
They worked it out. I remember Grandma creating these big spreads. My father did not come. There was some tension there.
But you never knew what it was.
I never knew.
And he never badmouthed your
ever
grandmother.
Did he say anything to us about Grandma. And never did she say anything to us about our father. That my mother worked through it, okay? And we went to...
So she loved both of them.
Yeah.
And nobody ever badmouthed anybody. So what is the lesson there? You got to keep some stuff to yourself.
Yeah.
Or
y'all work an arrangement.
You didn't know.
Y'all come up with arrangements.
Because the disagreements and the conversations were not in your midst.
Yeah, and y'all come up with an arrangement. Like they came up obviously with an arrangement where my father just didn't go. Okay. What are you saying if your spouse don't support you? What are you saying? I don't understand the answer. I had that problem with my ex-husband. Ooh, what are you saying if your spouse doesn't support you? Now, that goes back to critical conversations. You must have these critical, if they don't support you.
Wait a minute. Support you in terms of them not agreeing that
we don't know exactly.
Is a pain.
I don't know, but whatever the issue is, when you feel not valued, not supported, not appreciated, how do you deal with that in any part of your relationship? First, you must have that critical conversation and do it with these 4 F's. See, most times people do it with anger. They're bitter, they're mad. You have a reason to be mad, but that's not going to get you the solution. 4 F's. These work, and we found them to work. And remember, we're not marriage counselors, we're marriage mentors, and we mentor people. Be friendly when you tell a person, hey, I don't feel supported. That's first. Be friendly. Then be frank about your feelings. This is how this activity, this behavior, this situation, this is how it made me feel when you didn't support me, you didn't value me. I felt unvalued, devalued, less than. I didn't feel supported. Be fair. Be not fair. You got to add fair to this, which means let them have a say. Why do you do that? And listen, you might say, oh, I didn't realize.
Well, they might say, I simply don't agree. Now what?
Well, okay, but at least y'all have dialogue. Okay. And then be focused on a win-win. How do we as a couple fix this together? Rather than fighting each other, let's attack the problem. It sounds elementary, but it works. And it has saved many marriages of people we've talked to. It works over and over again.
No, I think having a sense of humor makes a world of difference.
It does make a difference. And the fact that
resolving problems, to see some humor.
And if we see something that's problematic, we talk about it. If we had a family member, let's say, who was problematic, we would say, let's talk about it. They kind of jacked up, aren't they? And it might be your family, my family, who knows what they kind of jacked up, aren't they? We see it together and we hold it together because we are a united force. They know when we come, we're coming together and we aren't going to be separated. So I hope that helps, Jacqueline. Look, our time is up. We want to thank you. Remember, we want you to know that the goaling.
Remember, holidays are still temporary. They're
temporary. There you go. It's temporary. Remember, the goaling seminar is available at winwithwillie.com/goaling.
winwithwillie.com/goaling. It's going to help y'all. Get ready. So where everybody else is out there overeating at Thanksgiving, you can eat and you can take care of your goals and think about how you're going to be even more successful in 2023. 3.
That's right.
You're gonna collect and organize his.
No. I know where you go. You gotta do that now. No. I saw it. She trying to do a fast one on y'all. She getting ready to go into her financial talk, and there's no way she can do that in 30 seconds. It's a deep dive. We had a seminar, the speaker seminar on Friday and Saturday, and she had a section. She goes so deep, people were like this. Everybody was overwhelmed. So no. All right, we'll do that another time. But right now, Golding Seminar. Second is the relationship repair, jolleymarriage.com/events. And third is the speaker boot camp symposium was a success on speaking, publishing, and media, and how we want to help others to grow theirs as we've done ours.
The next one comes up in the spring, April.
Yeah, so you can, I don't know where to send them to go. Just send us an email, and we'll let you know if you have to register and you have to apply for it.
If they're on our email list, williejolly.com, to go sign up.
Yeah, you'll get it.
If you're on our email list, you get all our information anyway.
Yeah, you will. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. God bless you. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Safe,
we'll be praying for y'all. Travel if you have travel.
Yes.
Stay healthy. Safe travel.
Enjoy your loved ones.
Yes.
Enjoy your family.
God bless y'all. Have a great one.
Good night.
We got to go out with our music.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.